What's up? I'm Matt Guff from House.com, and this is a new binding to the Rome line called the D.O.D. Do or Die. That's what it means, and it's for everyone who likes ripping freestyle. If you're in the park a lot, or just cruising on mountain, like front side, whatever, off of whatever, this is going to be a really great binding. Now, Rome cut a few bindings from their line and then added this, and I'm pretty darn stoked on it. And it still has that lifetime warranty you can come to find in every single Rome binding. If it happens to break against manufacturer's defect, Rome will replace it or fix it for free, which is also really nice. This is like kind of an anti-shock absorbing, comfortable binding for freestyle dudes. You can be beginner to advanced level rider. If you want comfort and you want anti-shock, you're going to find it here. It has a feel rating of a 6. Now, it's a little bit stiffer than average, but I'd say that it kind of feels just a little bit softer because of this high back, and I'll get into that in just a second. Starting from the ground up, we have a V-rod base plate. It's a dual component style base plate. The lower section has anti-shock absorption pads along the bottom. It also has kind of like 3D contouring as well. On the lateral toe side edge and the medial heel side edge, the bindings kind of rock up just a little bit for a better flex of your board, or more natural flex of your board. And the binding actually only touches with 1.36% of the binding space plate actually on the board, which is kind of cool. The discs that come with the binding are compatible with 2x4, 4x4, and channel system mounting patterns, which is great because you can mount them on virtually every single board out there. And then they have the upper section. Now this is an under kind of wrap heel loop. Now this heel loop has been cored out, as you see. It's pretty darn light, and it's not connected underneath the binding, which is great. It still offers a lot of response, both heel side and toe side edge, but because it doesn't connect underneath, it kind of has a little bit of torsional play along with your board, which is a really cool thing. It doesn't stop kind of the natural flex of your deck and cause dead spots, which is nice. And then, of course, because of like the comfort, you're gonna have a good time riding whenever. From your heel all the way to your toe, there's a full bed of cushioning. Directly underneath your heel is tons of padding. Same thing with underneath your toes. And the D.O.D. comes with 2 different sets of footbeds, or base plate footbeds. One has a 2.5 degree cant that aligns your ankles, your knees, and your hips together, and the other is just flat. Depending on how you like your bindings to feel, maybe you like riding with cants, maybe you don't, but you have the option to ride with cants if you want to. Now the high back is kind of what gives this binding like its shock absorption or its anti-shock style feel. You'll see these kind of like flex style notches that allows the binding to like kind of like rock back just slightly. It's not as rigid as a traditional style high back, but it still features that rotation, or that full rotation to align to your heel side edge, and a toolless forward lean adjustment. There is, of course, a lot of EVA along that back side, and it's just a little bit softer in that medial section, or on the inside of the binding. You'll see that when those kind of like notches out there, and that's to help you tweak out your tricks just a little bit. And then there's a huge kind of like new things to the binding. This is a new strap called the Conform Light. Now the Conform Light is a stitchless style strap, meaning that it's mold injected. There's basically 2 sections to it. They have like this kind of like honeycomb style spine that you see, and then it has this like lighter EVA style material. Again, mold injection. There's no stitches, there's no seams, and it does have an actual little padding in those high pressure point areas underneath where those straps kind of connect to the strap. Notice though that it's like actually fairly wide, but because of like the soft EVA, it's still going to conform around your boot just a little bit better because it is so soft and not so rigid. The toe strap is actually one of my favorites from Rome. It's called the Conform 2.0. The Conform 2.0 was on last year's 390 Boss, but they upgraded it to the 390 Boss and to, of course, the D.O.D. It has a hard ridge spinal on the top side, and the lower section has actually kind of been cored out, and they have this like kind of like soft style contouring material that allows you to put it on top of your foot like this, or on the front of your toes if you'd like. Both straps, of course, feature dual componentry with their buckles. They have really big levers. They bite down about 4 times. And of course, they have really big release tabs. This is a really rad binding. If you're a freestyle rider that wants shock absorption, comfortable straps, and a pretty cool looking design, probably should check out the D.O.D. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to see more Rome reviews, we'll have them there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the slopes.